room today. I'm really excited. No, I'm joking. I'm actually really used to doing intimate little workshops just like this one. So we'll try and make it as interactive as possible. My name is Georgia, and I work for a company called Linnworks. We're one of eBay's partners, and we were put on the earth to help you sell more and better online. So I'm going to talk through a number of things today, but before I do, I've got to get you guys to do a tiny bit of work, because I'd like to know who I've got in the room. So, how many of you are actually in retail and selling stuff online? Oh, I'm so proud of you, thank you. I did one of these sessions recently, and it was all competition in the room. It was really depressing. And from the selling perspective, are you all generalists in your business, or do you specialize in e-com or logistics? E-com, logistics, owner, founder. Okay, we got a mixed bag. Okay, we're going to work through. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is juggling. I'm a slide behind, by the way. Here we go. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge the fact that you guys are juggling a lot of different needs on a daily basis, and I just want you to know that I get that. I understand it. You've got to satisfy your businesses, you've got to make money, you've got to be profitable. If you've got employees, you've got to pay them. I get all of that. You've also got consumers that you need to keep happy. You've got to make sure you're finessing the customer journey. You've got to make sure you're giving them the service that they want. And of course, you want to get your products to them. But I also recognize you're probably working with multiple partners, and you have to satisfy their needs as well. Let's take eBay as a prime example. They have SLAs, they have requirements, they have expectations of how you handle customer relations under their brand. So you're juggling a lot. And I haven't even mentioned your family and your personal life. So I appreciate you've got a lot on the cards at the moment. And what we want to try and do at Linnworks is to help you maximize the potential of your sales opportunity by finessing your operations, by helping you get connected and stay connected, and by helping you automate some of the processes behind the scenes. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about operational excellence. And where I really wanted to focus today's presentation on is we spend a lot of time in the selling community figuring out how to attract customers. That's why we're on eBay, because eBay has this huge customer base that we can access. But when that customer clicks the buy button, that's when the rubber hits the road. That's when you're going to get the product to them. That's when you're going to create a customer experience that they're either going to be happy with or not. That's where you create customer loyalty. So today I want to talk about operational excellence, making the easy things faster and the hard things easier. That was a customer who shared that with me. I also want to help you guys make sure the left hand and the right hand know what each other's doing. Now, what I mean by this is, if you've got someone running a promotion up front and you've got someone behind the scenes handling logistics, when you run that big promo, which is going to create loads of sales, you want to make sure that the guy behind the scenes who's doing all of the fulfillment knows that promo's coming and is ramped up to manage that. And that's why having a single platform with all of that information on is going to help you longer term. And then the third one is balancing the levers. We all know traditionally that it used to be the cost versus customer argument. I can spend a ton of money to make this happen. The customer's going to be really happy, but I'm not going to be making a lot of money. You've got to balance those two. But now you've got the environment to contend with as well. So operational excellence covers all of these, and Linnworks is positioned to help you guys finesse the operations and maximize the potential of selling on eBay. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is expanding. Now, we're here at an eBay event. I'm sure you're all eBay sellers, but some of you may well be selling on more than just eBay. You might have your own website. You might be selling on another marketplace. You might be selling on a brand retail, brand new marketplace. If you're a multi-channel reseller, a multi-channel seller, you're going to need a platform that helps you coordinate across those different platforms. And that's where we can help you with connectivity and expansion. I'm going to give you a few, I'm sure you guys know this, but I want to bring it into sharp relief. Online marketplaces have become the place to sell our goods. eBay's been operational here in the UK for 25 years. They've been doing a phenomenal job giving you access to a large range of customers. But check this out. I found this fascinating. We ran a survey at the beginning of the year, and we asked consumers, where would you like to shop? 51% of those consumers said an online marketplace, and only 19% talked about your website. That's why you're selling on eBay, and that's why you may well be considering expanding to another channel, because that's where customers are shopping. So if you want to grow your business, online marketplaces is definitely the place to be. Now, I'm very conscious of the fact that this is an eBay presentation. I'm at an eBay event, and we have partnered with eBay for a long time to help them automate your connection to their platform with regards to listings, order orchestration, warehouse management, shipping integrations. But I would be remiss if I didn't share with you that eBay is just one marketplace that we connect with. We have more than 100 others that we also have on our platform. So that means if you are diversifying beyond just eBay, we can help with consolidating that single view of inventory, that single place for order orchestration, and that single place for controlling the physical flow of goods through your business. And we're very open to discussing new opportunities. We've had a lot of companies coming up to us today asking about TikTok, quite a few asking about Shein, and quite a few asking about these new marketplaces that the likes of Asda and Tesco are launching. So we're very open to helping you get your products where you want them to be. This is not exclusive to just the eBay product. Now, I've got a couple of customer examples that I wanted to talk through where connectivity is just so important. So I've already mentioned to you the promotion. I actually worked with a retailer who did run a promotion in real time. Their sales went viral, but they had no idea that that same day the warehouse manager was swapping out the racking. They couldn't fulfill half the orders that came through the door. And this is where having that single platform that's connecting the back end to the front end is really important so that you don't fall foul of that kind of error. In addition to that, I mentioned TikTok earlier, and this has happened on eBay as well, particularly on their more popular categories. There are times when you're going to list a product and it's going to go viral, and you need to make absolutely certain that your operations can keep up with that growth in sales, that unexpected sharp increase in sales that you might experience. And that's where a platform like Linnworks can really help you be prepared to cater when a peak hits your business unexpectedly. I mentioned SLAs earlier. With a platform like eBay, or indeed any platform, when you're selling your goods on eBay, there's an expectation that you will deliver a good customer service, or you could get blacklisted. So it's really important to understand, work really closely with eBay and any other online marketplace, understand what their expectations are, and make sure that you can deliver to them. And again, that's where automation comes in. The better connected you are to eBay, the less likely you are to fall foul of any SLAs that they've put in place. On top of that, we've got this whole multi-channel sync. I cannot stress enough, and I've spoken to so many people today who are on more than one platform. And the challenge they have is they're selling something on eBay, and then they're having to manually go and update the other channel with the stock update because they don't want to unwittingly oversell. So having that ability to sync across platforms so that you never oversell and disappoint a customer is crucially important. So syncing across platforms is really, really imperative. And that's near real time. So if you sell it now and then, within an hour, it's going to get updated. So that's connectivity, being connected appropriately to eBay, making sure that you're uploading your products appropriately in time, stock syncing if you're multi-channel, and making sure you've got the integrations behind the scenes. Super, super important. Second is automation. I don't want to make anyone redundant or, give you cause to get anyone to leave your business. What I want to be able to do is to give your people back to you so that they can do the jobs that make a difference to your business. And by automating that connection, you can start to achieve some economies of scale and some efficiencies within your business. That means you and the people who work for you can do the stuff you need them to do to grow the business rather than to just keep the business ticking over. Now, what I'm talking about here is, and I've already mentioned it, the moment at which the buy button is clicked. You want to make absolutely certain that you can fulfill those orders in a timely fashion. Now, for any of us, our human brains, if you track one order from end to end, it's easy peasy. You can figure it out without a computer. You don't need any technology. But what happens when it's 10 orders or 100 orders or, God forbid, 1,000 orders? You are talking about thousands and thousands of decisions that need to be made about where it's coming from, where it's going to, which shipper you're going to use, how you're going to get it there. You can't do that on the back of a cigarette packet or in an Excel spreadsheet. That's when you need a specialist bit of technology to help you manage that flow of orders that's coming through the system. Automation is crucial, and it's critical, especially for those sellers that are growing on eBay. And if that main stage presentation this morning is anything to go by, you guys are selling more than ever on this platform. It's important to get that automation nailed before it becomes a problem. Because if you're in the middle of peak, or if you're in the middle of trying to manage so many orders that you can't keep up, that's not going to be the time to put in a bit of software. You need to do that before it becomes a problem. So, my question to you is, are you adequately connected to fulfill and manage the orchestration of all of the orders coming through your business? And what happens when peak hits in a few weeks' time? Are you set up to manage that? Do you know where, when, how all of those orders are going to get filled? So this is where, when I look at our customer base, I think about some of the stories that they've told me about capacity and how do they up the ante when all of those orders come through. Redeployment of resource to do the important jobs is really, really important. But what's more important is growing your business. If you've got a growth strategy, you need automation in order to make that happen. We have a customer who we've worked with for several years who have experienced 6 times growth in the 2 years since they put the product in. Some of you might not want that level of growth, and that's fine. I don't want to put you on an ambitious path that you don't want to take. But it's human nature to want to grow one's business and increase one's revenue. And this software will enable you to do that through automating and getting you connected to the right people. I mentioned the decision making, and this is massive. The software the technology can help you make the right decisions for your business, whether that's stocking decisions, storage decisions, routing decisions, all kinds of opportunity to finesse the margins within your business by ensuring efficiencies at an operational level. It also helps you avoid challenges. The software can help you predict when there's something that's going to go wrong, and you can get out ahead of it and communicate with your customers. Again, our survey at the beginning of the year showed us that the most important thing for the customer beyond speed is reliability. They actually don't mind if you're going to be late. They just want to know about it in advance rather than after the fact. So reliability and communication is critical. And then we come to customer satisfaction and happy customers. Happy customers come back for more. And that's what we want to ensure. We want to make sure that we are delivering what we say we're going to deliver when we say we're going to deliver it. And technology can help you do that. And finally, we come to control. And I have no idea, ladies and gentlemen, if you are operating out of a garage, a friend's warehouse, your own warehouse, or an outsourced warehouse. But the fact of the matter is, when your customer pushes that buy button, there's one thing and one thing only that they want, and that is to get their hands on the physical goods that you are selling on that eBay platform. And until you deliver that into their hands, they won't be satisfied. So how do you manage those physical goods? How do you control the stock count? Is it synced across the different channels that you're on? Do you know how much you have available to sell? Do you know what's coming inbound and what's going outbound? And this is where the Linnworks platform can help you manage the flow of physical goods coming in and out of your business. One of the great things that we have solidified within our solution is it's completely dedicated to e-commerce, whether you're selling online or via your own website, on a marketplace or via your own website. This solution has been designed for what we call pick and pack and for single picks rather than pallets. So traditionally in a warehouse, you had these waves of fulfillment that would happen and great pallets being loaded onto the back of trucks to replenish stores and the like. But in your business, it's not about pallets, it's not about store replenishment, it's about Mary Jane down the road wanting that little black dress, or Phil Thomas wanting that drill and that drill set. Single picks that you need to pick off a shelf, package and ship. And this platform has been designed specifically to cater to e-commerce. And then the other thing to take into consideration is, I mentioned at the beginning, doesn't matter if it's your warehouse, your garage, or you've outsourced it to a third-party logistics company, or you've got a friend helping you out and you've got it in their barn down the road. The important thing is that whether it's in-house or outsourced, you can see all of your stock and where it is at all times. So I've mentioned the single pick phenomenon, and we've got that covered. Compliance. I was talking to somebody earlier who was in an industry where they had perishable goods. You've got to worry about the shelf life of those goods. You've got to be able to track that. There are others with high value, security. You need to be thinking about being compliant and following any regulatory controls that are surrounding the SKUs that are being sold through your platform. And then finally, that inventory. Keeping an eye on it, knowing where it is, and when you need to replenish. Another customer of mine was talking to me about the fact that when they were managing everything manually, their Excel spreadsheet would get out of sync. And he went and made a really big order to replenish stock because he didn't think he had enough. And then when he got to the warehouse, he found a whole rack full of the goods, and suddenly he's got double the amount that he needed. This kind of software will help you mitigate against that kind of stocking error. So, eBay, any platform, multiple platforms, we can help you get connected. Linnworks is a connected commerce ops platform helping you consolidate your inventory management from listing on a website through order orchestration right through to warehouse management. That's our raison d'etre in life. Just a tiny little few credentials about our company. I've saved it to the end. I'm hoping that I've earned the right to share with you that we've been around for 14 years, that we've got a large amount of GMV going through the platform, gross merchandise value. So a lot of customers are using us. We've got a lot of money going through the platform. We've got over 300 partners that we integrate with, and we're here to help you guys finesse your operations when selling on eBay and other platforms. I'm going to just take the liberty of running a tiny video, and then I'm going to open it up to questions.